live again. Apologies if there was anybody on the live before, and hopefully you can hear all right. Where have I been? Well, still been here in Te Whanganui-a-Tara in Wellington, Porirua, Aotearoa, New Zealand. Just getting some work done. Working on some other stuff behind the scenes. Maybe I should have filmed that. I probably still could film it. But anyway, I was saying in the first live before I was trying to figure out how to bring things up. So if you're making any comments, if there's anybody on here, apologies, I can't see them. So it is what it is. Maybe you don't have any questions or comments anyway, but it seems that there's quite a few people that do have comments, questions, thoughts, opinions in and about what's happened just recently. So my IG messages, email inbox, and only a handful of comments actually in the videos, on other videos in regards to the news that's just dropped about somebody who I consider a friend anyway, Ben Robert Smith, former Australian SASR soldier, Victoria Cross recipient, also Medal of Gallantry I think as well. Apparently he's been, well, not apparently, he's been arrested. I did watch the AFP, Australian Federal Police Commissioner, give her press release, I guess it's called, with the official investigator person. I think that was the guy anyway. And from what I remember, RS was intercepted, picked up, arrested at the Sydney airport, either about to fly or about to get on a flight from Sydney to Brisbane, or just arrived from Brisbane to Sydney, one or the other, can't remember. And anyway, that's prompted, I suppose, a few questions, comments, opinions, as I mentioned earlier, with regards to people that have reached out anyway. Some people, I don't know, I get the impression some people feel like their comments on my other videos makes them justified, that RS is a war criminal and this, that and the other, and that he doesn't deserve to be recognised as an Australian hero and should be stripped of the Victoria Cross and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I don't know who these people are. They're keyboard people as far as I'm concerned. They can spit out whatever they feel like based on the narrative that they've been fed and that they believe and that they want to align themselves with, whatever. So yeah, there's been some of those comments, opinions expressed, and others that have been, that feel upset, feel angry, each to their own, with regards to that. My position hasn't changed. I mean, first things first, as far as I'm aware, he's innocent until proven guilty, because that's apparently the world that we voted for and chose to live in. Mind you, full disclosure, I haven't voted since Johnny Howard was Prime Minister in Australia. So, and I don't plan on doing any voting anytime soon. So take that with a pinch of salt in terms of me not having voted. But that reality apparently still stands. He's innocent until proven guilty. He has been arrested, and so apparently there's 5 charges, 5 claims of murder charges or whatever that he'll be facing. I'm sure the details of those will come out later based on what I heard in the AFP press release. And what else did I hear? I just heard a lot of, they couldn't answer the questions that media were asking. Can we name him? Didn't sound like they could yet, but he's already been named. So I'm not sure what the issue is there. A lot of stuff that's been held with the courts or it's going through that process. So, you know, very limited in terms of what they could talk about. But yeah, innocent until proven guilty. Some of the other, I don't know if you called them snide comments or whatever, but some of the comments are more short, fairly direct, blunt, which is fine. And more along the lines of, how do you feel about your mate now? Type thing. I feel exactly the same way. He's the mate, and let process run its course. If that's what they've found, if that's what the investigation has led to, I think I alluded to that in the reactions that have since been blocked on YouTube. They're still in my back-end YouTube studio, but I can't repost them. I can't even watch them actually. When I click on them, it just says blocked. YouTube has blocked this content. So I don't know why they don't just delete them if nobody can watch them, including myself. Expressed my bias, like he's a mate of mine. I never saw any of the stuff that has been alleged that he's committed. So, you know, respect to those operators that are going to be coming out and giving eyewitness testimony. I guess that's what's happening. So, yeah, so I don't know. It is what it is in terms of that regard. But, you know, what do I think of him? I still think he's a mate. We've lost contact for many years, haven't been in contact with him. You know, he's, I guess when you get to a point where you're a Victoria Cross winner and you are sitting on boards and you know, he's a public figure, dare I say celebrity, or was a celebrity. Some people may not feel that same way. You know, I don't want to be that guy that's like, hey, Aries, what are you up to, bro? Same with Mark Donaldson. Now, but Mark Donaldson and I were never super close or weren't as close friends as my time and my interaction with Aries. But I have a lot of respect for Dono, and, you know, he's one of the brothers, whether or not he considers me one. Like, we've had a good relationship. He came and helped out on some stuff that we were doing with the Fremantle Dockers many years ago, and yeah, he's an awesome guy. But similar sort of thing. Yeah, would it be cool to interview them? Would it be cool to sit down and have a chat? Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I suppose, don't know if it's making sense, not looking to try to leverage their status, for want of a better term, to boost my own ratings, if that makes sense. So anyway, would I speak with them? 100%. Back to RS. What do I think of him? Like I said, no change. He's a mate to me. Even if through all of this, even if it turns out, whatever the evidence is, even if it turns out that he's found guilty for one or all of the crimes that, or charges that are being laid, whatever those are, as we find out in the coming, I guess, hours these days, hours, days, whatever, I would still consider him a friend. I have no problems in some of the intros videos that I have, me standing next to him, because I've shared in other videos how much that meant to me, that night that he would come with a bunch of the other boys, even though I'd been out of the unit, out of the regiment by that time for probably at least a good few years. Yeah, it meant a lot to me that the boys would come along, support me that night. So, you know, my connection, or my perspective of my relationship and my friendship with Aris hasn't changed. So whatever people were thinking or hoping to hear, if they're hoping to hear that I'd flip and change my mind and go, oh, he's a terrible person, or I'm not his mate anymore, you come to the wrong place. So would I be happy if those things are, you know, if he's found guilty, would I be happy if those are the things that he's done? 100% no. No way, because I know and have been involved in stuff with the regiment whereby that could have easily happened. But at the same time, it easily didn't happen because of the professionalism and the processes that are in place in order to get to a unit like that, and the caliber of men that I was fortunate and blessed to serve with. So, you know, yeah, I'd be massively devastated for RS, for the regiment, for people that would look and aspire to join the unit. And there's a number of people that I'm lucky enough to work with who are aspiring to join the unit, and to have something like that hanging over the regiment and people thinking that that's what goes on in the regiment couldn't be further from the truth. Now again, RS is innocent until proven guilty, so let the process run its course, for want of a better term. Those people that have messaged, spammed, for want of a better term, and asking, what do you think of your mate now, and have you seen this, check this out. Don't get me wrong, not all of the comments, a lot of the comments are, you know, just FYI, in case I didn't know. But I had, you know, stuff does pop up on my feed with regards to the regiment, with regards to the investigation into war crimes. So, you know, stuff may have hit my inbox before I saw it, but as I was scrolling through and looking at stuff, that popped up, so I watched it. It's about 14 minutes or whatever, the press release that I watched anyway. There'll no doubt be hundreds of other news updates in and around such a high profile arrest of RS. And yeah, man, just wishing him and his family well. Same to those that, maybe are preparing to give testimony or whatever, however that process is going to play out, because it's not going to be easy for them either. I don't know who those people are. But I guess people are doing what they feel is right. So yeah, that's my take on the RS situation as it currently stands, based on what little I know. The piece that I've seen, he's been arrested. Charges have been laid or will be laid, and or will be disclosed later on to the media, which I'm sure the media will go to town with in terms of pumping those wherever they can. For as long as they can. The other part, some of the other questions are around, do I believe RS deserves his Victoria Cross? Bro, you only need to have a read of the citation, eh? You only need to go back and hear some of the stuff in terms of what happened and what he did to get a bit of an insight into how much courage that took, but literally life and death. You hear Burnsy speak about that a little bit in Bravery and Betrayal, the Battle of Tizak, which is where RS won his Victoria Cross, earned his Victoria Cross. And it's not like he awarded it to himself. His leaders, his teammates, others that were there that day, that witnessed, saw, and were a part of what happened, are the ones that, supported and acknowledged that's worthy of a Victoria Cross. And from what I understand and have heard and have read, 100% he deserves it. Should he be stripped of his Victoria Cross because of these alleged war crimes that he's facing now? Based on what I know, I don't think so. That sounds like they're completely different things. They happen at completely different times. And I think there are some people trying to put comments. Sorry if you're putting comments, man. I can't read or see them. I see a little thing pop up. I probably haven't pushed something. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. From what I understand, Battle of Tizak, and then these allegations, which RS has been arrested and charged with at this time, have been in completely different timeframes. Yes, may have happened in the same country, if they did happen. We know that him earning the Victoria Cross definitely happened in Afghanistan. But in terms of those being on the same timeline, from what I understand, they didn't happen on the same timeline. So why would, if somebody has earned a Victoria Cross or Medal of Gallantry, and there were other people that earned some awards in that same battle, some of them were in that photo where we're standing in the cage, who came to spend some time and cheer me on. Some of them earned some very high caliber awards for their valor, for their courage on that day or during that battle. Why would he be stripped? Why should he be stripped of that? In that moment, during that battle, during those times, whilst in contact with a numerically superior enemy force, outnumbered, outgunned manpower-wise and weapons and bullets-wise, but dominated that area and took charge of it, eliminated a number of enemy, Taliban, Al-Qaeda, whoever they were fighting at that time, and did what he did to regain the initiative and take charge, win the firefight, and then fight through, and then carry on doing what they did. Finishing off what they did. The other stuff with the allegations of which he's facing now, what he's been arrested for, what he's been charged with, I don't know what time frame that happened on. But in my opinion, neither of those are related. So I don't think he should be stripped of those, even if he's found guilty. I don't see how or why you strip somebody of who's earned a Victoria Cross for a completely separate thing. That's my take anyway. Whether or not that makes sense, it makes sense in my own head. But time will tell, I guess. Nobody's talking about, I guess, the lack of support for the guys that were during that time. I don't know if it's just in relation to that time, but the whole war crime allegation stuff that happened, hence why some of the guys put out that bravery and betrayal documentary. So seems like there's a fair bit of still a lot to be desired, I guess, in terms of the handling of a lot of that stuff. And hopefully time will tell. Hopefully there'll be some answers. There have been a number of prominent leaders that have spoken openly about how poorly the support for the regiment overall was handled or not handled, and how they seem to be used as a scapegoat. And I think one of the things that still stands out and still grates a lot of the operators, as it should, is the apology that was given to the people of Afghanistan unreservedly by Lincoln, I think Anus Bell, and those were only allegations at the time. So as far as I'm aware, there hasn't been anything confirmed or whatever. There was one charge up until this one today with RS that I knew of, which I believe was Oliver Schultz. And even then, correct me if I'm wrong, he still hasn't stood trial yet. So I don't know what's happening with that. He's been charged or arrested, I don't know, but he's had charges laid. As far as I know, there's been no guilty verdict come out yet. That was done ages before this one that's just taken place. So again, who knows, time will tell. Maybe the complexities of the investigation warrant taking so many years, over a decade. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, to that one about the Victoria Cross, no, he shouldn't be stripped of it. That's just my take. Yeah, it is what it is with regards to that. And then innocent until proven guilty, see what happens with the charges and the allegations and the court process for prosecution and defence, and let that play out. Because from what I recall from the AFP press release, I think if he's found guilty on even one of them, it's a life imprisonment or life sentence. So yeah, some heavy times ahead. Massive fight on his hands with regards to what's happening. Do I still consider him a mate? 100%. I still consider him a mate. Do I condone, if that's what he did, would I condone that? Do I condone anybody from the regiment doing that? No, that's not what I observed during my time. That's not what I or the guys that I served with joined up for. Yeah, we joined to fight the good fight, and serve and protect and look after each other and look after ourselves, all that sort of thing. Fight for our families, for our country, etc., etc. All that good stuff doesn't change. We would do it in a heartbeat if that's what was required. But in terms of murdering people that are unarmed, that are non-combatants, that's not part of the training. So anyway, that's that. We'll see what happens and how things play out. Again, apologies if anybody's put in any comments. Maybe there isn't, because there may not be anybody on this live. But if you do happen to stop by and have a look later, apologies, I can't see I see a little thing pop up, and last time I pushed the button I bloody dropped off the live, so I'll just leave it this time. What else is here? Oh yeah, sorry, haven't done the shout out Sundays, and I've missed the last couple of lives on the Fridays. Just been busy with some stuff, working through, and so that's required me to be focused in on that, dialed in on that, and so something's got to give, right? And can't do everything all the time, as much as I'd like to, and as much as I might think I can sometimes. But everything is well. So thank you to those that have also sent comments before this breaking Ben Robert Smith news, checking in, asking how I am. Hey, is everything all right? Haven't seen you on the lives. What happened to Shout Out Sundays? Are you still doing them? Are you still doing the Frontline Fridays, etc., etc.? So thank you for the comments. Thank you for the reach outs. I've received them. I have responded to those people, by the way, just in their messages. But for anybody, I don't know, if there's other people that happen to stumble across this and go, oh man, I haven't seen a live from this fella for a while. Is he still doing his videos? Yep, I am. Just, I wouldn't say preoccupied. I would say just dialed in and focused on some other work at the moment. Some study, some learning, some trial and error, and, excuse me, and just needing to put the reps in. It's not it's not with regards to training, completely separate. Training is training, just ticking away, doing the same, well, just doing boring stuff, basic stuff, a bit of running here and there, some conditioning stuff, some strength stuff. So no real changes there. Yeah, that's just part of the routine. It's the other things that have taken up my time, focus, commitment to work on getting that stuff right. Because if I can, then, you know, it can hopefully help other people, not just those close to me, not just my own immediate family circle, for want of a better term, but maybe some other people as well, further out, outside that scope, for want of a better term. So yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done this live if it wasn't for the Ben Roberts-Smith news breaking, and then I probably still wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for the comments and questions coming through in the thoughts and opinions. So I did think about posting, sharing the screenshots of the comments from people that have come through, and I just think, bugger it. Like, there's lemons everywhere, right? A lot of people probably think I'm bloody some sort of lemon as well. So it is what it is. People have got their opinions. They're like noses or bum holes, and everybody's got them. So just, yeah, people will form their own opinions no matter what. But again, just to reiterate, what do I think of the situation with RS? I think they've followed their process and they're doing what they need to do, the authorities, that is. So cool. What do I think of RS? No change. He's still a mate of mine, still a mate to me. One of the questions is what do I think? Should he be stripped of his Victoria Cross? My answer to that is no. Would I still be his mate? I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm just going off the top of my head here in terms of all the messages that I've been hit with. A lot of them are fairly similar, so that's why they're sort of stuck in my head. Would I still be his mate if he's found guilty? Yes, I would. I don't know if I answered that, but yeah, 100% I'd still be his mate. Yeah, well, why would I can't think of a reason why I'd turn my back on him. If that's what he did, if that's what he's found to be guilty of, I'm not going to deny and say he's not my mate. He is my mate, and yeah, to me he is anyway. So nothing I can do about if he's found to be guilty, other than still be his mate, just be his bro if he needs somebody to talk to or whatever. So we'll see how things play out, and if that makes me a bad person for still being his mate, if he's found guilty for the allegations and the charges that are going in, well, that's your opinion, eh? I don't really care. So I can, just like you can be mates with whoever you want, or you can form your opinions about people the way that you want. Each to their own, likewise with me. So yeah, I hope things, you know, without knowing what's happened, without knowing and seeing the evidence, without hearing the testimony from the witnesses, which little bits that I've heard, apparently there are witnesses that are going to be testifying as to what they saw because they were physically there, then, you know, again, much credit to them. Yeah, we'll just see how it plays out. I don't have anything else to share on that. In terms of the lives, shout out Sundays, apologies for not doing those last few weeks. Yeah, just chipping away, getting some other stuff done that I need to do, that I'm really enjoying, and puts me outside my comfort zone and makes the old, that's probably why the hair's looking even grayer, white, dare I say white, look at it, bloody hell. Better shave it down to his skin, back on the skin on the side. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, thanks for the support as always. Yeah, always appreciated. Apologies to those. There have been some people, not heaps, but there have been some people just messaging saying that they miss the more regular uploads of videos versus what I currently do in terms of the reactions and stuff. Yeah, sorry, it is what it is. Like Mondays and Fridays, I'll look to put reactions up. And then if there's anything else that goes up as a bonus, some training with just myself or my daughter and I or whatever, then I'll put it up as and when and if I have time. Otherwise, yeah, just keep chipping away. So wherever you are, likewise to you. Hopefully your Easter break was good, and you and your families are safe, and you didn't eat too many Easter eggs. I, surprisingly, didn't eat too many Easter eggs this Easter. I think I only had about 4 of those little cream egg ones, the little ones, like in the value pack. I would have preferred the big normal size cream egg ones, but never mind. Maybe one of my, maybe my son inside will see this video and he might go get me some. But I was pretty good. Didn't have too many apart from those 4 or 5, the little baby cream eggs that come in the pack. That's about it, which is, anybody that knows me when it comes to junk food, they know that that's super lightweight for me. Like that's not even worth talking about as far as when it comes to junk food for me. Anyway, hope your Easter was good, and maybe either through choice or through discipline, or just because you're making better choices than what I do, you ate well and didn't overindulge in the sweets and the chocolate. But that being said, appreciate you all, regardless of any challenges, difficulties, hard times that you may be going through. Yeah, just encourage you as always to keep turning up, keep staying in the fight, put one foot in front of the other, take one day at a time. Yeah, know and trust that things can do and will get better. Just have to want them to, and that's really important. That's hard to do. Not all. It's definitely easier said than done. And yet, when I say you have to want them to, it's not a case of just sitting down, thinking, wishing, hoping for things to get better. You have to want them to get better through the actions that you put in. So you have to get up and do something about it. You have to, I don't know, find a way to release those endorphins, whatever way that is for you. Whether it's get out and train, go for a walk, whether it's go catch up with mates, whether it's go fishing, whether it's to, I don't know, whatever, shoot some hoops, go kick a ball, whatever it is for you. Find that thing, go do it, and yeah, and look after yourself. Know that it's okay to not be okay, and it is 100% okay to ask for help if you need to. So yeah, that being said, as always, go always a little further. Remember who dares wins and who cares wins. And until the next video, there is a big mana wave coming from me to you, filled with my aroha, respect, appreciation and gratitude for you all, along with the grey hair. It matches my hoodie actually. Are you sure? Yep, stop streaming.